All right, from history to taking a look at our future, Kristen is getting the scoop on the sequestration that's going on in Washington right now, that whole financial thing, from our expert Steve Sexton.
Yes, that's right, Mark. Good morning. You know, for months and months, all we heard about was the fiscal cliff, and now all we can hear about is sequestration. We are talking to Steve Sexton this morning, the president of the Sexton Advisory Group, and we're kind of deciding what this means for us, and I think people get really confused. Don't you think? You know, we heard about the fiscal cliff for months and months, but all people want to know at the end of the day is, what does this mean for me, my investment, and my wallet, essentially?
Well, first of all, you're right. People are very frustrated with it because they heard a lot of rhetoric from Washington, the senators, the congressmen, and the White House. And it just seems like they're all not playing in the sandbox real well. But here's what the deal is. $85 billion are going to start getting cut over the next 6 months. Now, what does that mean to people working in federal jobs? They've already received their furlough notices, which means they're going to be furloughed 22 to 26 days a year. So let's think about that. If you make $60,000, that means you're going to lose $5,000. Okay, so for those, it's time to get prepared and look at that budget. How do I cut out $410 a month? It might seem like a lot, or might not seem like a lot. That means, hey, instead of going out to some really great restaurants, maybe I end up going to McDonald's, Chipotle, or Olive Garden as opposed to the Yard House because I'm going to spend less.
Sure.
Okay. The next thing is, in the defense industry, you know what? If you're a sailor or in the Marines or a SEAL, your pay's not going to stop. You might not do as much training, but at the end of the day, it's the contractors that are going to get hit. Okay, so they might be losing their jobs. In fact, the military, because of the continuing resolution, which comes up at the end of this month, means the military can't really plan on their 5-year budget. They only have about 3 years budget, but they don't have any approval to go further than that. So it means there's a lot of stuff there. So what do people do? One, take a look at your budget now, understand what you need to cut and what steps you need to take. 2, if you're looking at retirement in the next 3 to 5 years, it'd be very important to make sure that you have a plan for what you're going to need for retirement from replacing that income that you might not have in a year or 2. That might mean, hey, I utilize this one investment to take income. More importantly, it's time to talk to your tax person about things like, how do I reduce my taxes not only now, but in the future? Third thing is looking at your investment expenses. A lot of people understand the known fees, but not the unknown fees and the impact of taxes. Think of this. If you're actually paying 3% and you save 1% on a $500,000 portfolio, you've just saved $5,000 that adds to your retirement. So it's very important that people do that. It's about having a good plan, a good process for making those decisions so you can profit from it. You know what, if people do have questions from that perspective, they can always call our office or go on the website.
And that's the most important thing, educating yourself and making sure that you are prepared. That's one of the most important things. I want to talk about your book. You're now a best-selling author. Congratulations.
Well, thank you very, very much.
I mean, what is this about? That's amazing.
Well, the book's titled Getting More Out of Life and Business with Better Results. I was asked, along with 23 other experts in different market sectors, meaning there's one person that helps people obtain clients and have them keep paying you. People work with health, how to get the best out of your health. I just happen to be the financial expert. It's been real wonderful because the institutional sales of the books have driven it to a bestseller list, and that's where I got on the Wall Street Journal. It was wonderful. The book actually comes out to the public on next Thursday, March 14th, and they can go to Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and any retailer and purchase the book.
And already a best-selling author before it's released to the public, so that's very cool. I want to go back to sequestration. Now, when do you think we will see these effects financially? And
they're going to they're going to begin next month. So air traffic controllers, they're going to start seeing some reductions in staff there. You'll see that at any federal post. If it's a teacher, they expect to reduce 10,000 teachers nationwide. For California, that means about 1,200 people. Now, California has a lot of defense and government, so they're expecting about 200,000 job losses out of the total 700,000 the White House expects. So California is going to hit a little bit worse than everybody else.
All right, so start scaling back and get your questions answered from Steve at the Sexton Advisory Group. I'm sure a lot of you have questions out there. I know many of us do, but certainly take a look at your investments, take a look at your portfolio, and get your questions answered. That's the most important thing. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks, Kristen.
Nice to see you.